not just ruining the storyline, but there are certain legalities that these cast members try to steer clear of because out of fear that they'll get sued. We've had many cast members, we've had numerous cases that came forward from numerous cast members, and we've had cast members even on my platform come out and talk about just how they get scared legally. So let's go into that contract.
All right, let's do it. So that would be the second to the last document. It's like 1 dash. I think I call it only contract. Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with, it's long. There's a lot going on there for the members on my channel. I'm actually going to drop a link. I'll give you this. You can have the whole contract and just read it, whatever. If you're like me, you're a nerd. You're like, oh, this is interesting. So this first part that I found really interesting, it covers blind dates, the engagement, wedding prep, It states, if I propose and or accept a proposal, I agree to appear and show up at the altar at my wedding. Notwithstanding the decision to get married or not is my sole decision. In other words, they're saying it's still my decision if I get married, but you better show up. It says failure to appear and show up at the altar at my wedding will be considered a discontinuation of my services under paragraph 8, and all damages under this agreement shall be in full force and effect. In other words, so like last year, and don't trust me, he got his issues, Clay. How people are like, what, Clay, why'd you show up and tell that girl there? Well, I'm not speaking for him, but what I am saying is everybody must show up at the altar if they tell you to. Once you say, once you propose, you don't have a choice. So some people are like, they should have told this person beforehand or privately. What this show is saying is no. If they create that altar scene, you better bring your ass on. If not, you are forfeiting all your money. And you could be liable to them for damages.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that insane?
Because I was mad at some of those people. I was like, why couldn't you tell them before? Why are you embarrassing them here and now? And it looks like the show was embarrassing them here and now.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Nomadic Royals, y'all smoking on that Tyler pack. This donation is either for the kids or for the views.
Crazy. Somebody said, so that's why the others dropped out. Someone said, so that's why the others dropped out early. And then they mentioned that, but 3 couples didn't show. That's production's choice. So just to be clear, what I'm saying is if production tells you to show up at that altar, you got to go. You have to be willing to go. So you cannot say, I love this person enough to not embarrass them. So I'm going to, tell them what's up before and not force them and all their family to be at the altar. No, if the show decides they want that drama, you got to be there and give them that drama.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, if you watch Love is Blind UK, right? There was a couple, Freddie, and I can't remember who Freddie was about to marry. Love is Blind UK. He was going to Freddie and Catherine, right? It was so clear that it just wasn't working out. The girl was insufferable, but Freddie still went to the altar. And I've always believed that was a production move. Like, we're still going to carry out this, because Freddie, when he comes across on television, first of all, he's just a very attractive person.
It's okay.
Oh, Lord. Hold on. Did my man just send me a...
Oh, girl, you all right? Did you?
Not
what did he
send
you, girl?
I said that as a trap. Hold on. Did my man put a root on me or something? You're not calling nobody attractive. Not me choking as soon as I said that shit, but Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Easter. He comes across he was very likable. He was very likable, and he's very charming. He just comes across so well, and she came across so bad. And it just made me believe that that was a production choice. The same way with Clay, that was clearly a production choice. AD, the way
Oh yeah.
they made AD such a focal point, and so they were going to carry that
Yeah.
out until the end. Period. So that makes sense. That makes
Yep.
sense.
Absolutely. Let me see this. So then as
Okay.
well. All right. So yeah, I just think that's just it just lets you know how unreal, this stuff really, really can be. So then the
Mhm.
next section of interest is divorce.
Oh,
Now,
this is a good one. I have so many questions.
go for it. Let's start with your questions. Let's see if they answer them up in this thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to know if the Love is Blind contract forces you to stay in your marriage for a certain amount of time should you get married.
Sure does. It sure does. So how it works is this, and I'll go to the
Wait,
pages.
what?
It does. So what it forces you by way of, it states in paragraph 38, if neither I or my partner notifies the producer in writing within 6 months of the wedding date that we want a divorce. So basically, you have to tell the producers within 6 months of the wedding whether or not you want a divorce. If you do not, they don't have to compensate you. They don't have to pay towards your divorce. If you do, they'll pay toward it. But here's the thing. So you got to tell them within 6 months, but you can't actually start the divorce until the paragraph above that, which is 37D. It says until the initial broadcast of the last episode in which I appear, which is going to be the reunion. They make everybody go to the reunion. You go to the reunion. So you can't file for divorce until the reunion or 11 months after the wedding date, whichever is later.
Now
And yes,
hold on. Thank you so
go for
much,
it.
Kojo. Kojo dedicated.
Hey, Kojo. Hey.
Friend of the channel. But okay, go ahead. Go ahead. No.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
you have to, so basically you can't file until either after it airs. Remember, because these things are recorded at one point, and then so it has to be after the last episode that you're in airs. So that's basically after the reunion airs, or the later of whatever one happens later, or 11 months after your wedding. Well, if these people, let's say they got married last October, we're going to start seeing the divorces around, let's see, the later of, November-ish.
Yeah, November.
I do 11 months. Yeah. So basically November-ish around now, basically, but it, under all circumstances, it has to be after the reunion.
It has to be. But
again,
they still have to say it within 6 months. So
yes.
let's say Ashley just found out that Tyler the swindler is a fraud last week. They would not help her with the financial part of her divorce because, well, you had 6 months to find out that we sent you a fraudster.
Right. Baby, if Ashley was my client, I'd be like, y'all about to run this girl her money, and I'm about to run my mouth if you don't.
Yeah.
You better run that girl her coins. So absolutely. But the other thing is, these little cheap butt people, they only give, here's divorce paragraph 37C, $2,500 towards your divorce. What a retainer is $5,000 for one side. It's talking about no more than $5,000 per couple, $2,500 each side. If you each don't have a lawyer, you little cheap butts. Hey. They literally can't. You can't hire a lawyer for that, and they force you to mediate it. Meaning,
oh my god,
yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, you know all about that, girl.
Oh no. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Says it right here.
Do you guys know how much mediation costs? Sometimes mediation can cost more than your actual attorney.
Yeah. Because you have to pay the mediator. And so
Oh
37C,
my
in the
God.
event my partner and I agree to mediation, if
I'm
I seek a
shaking.
divorce, I have to 37B. If I seek a divorce, I shall cooperate with my partner to do so through divorce mediation. And I shall notify the producer of any changes that might affect the status of the mediation proceedings. Yeah, including any communications that says they're going to contest it or da 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 da. But yeah, you've
I'm
got to mediate it.
I'm shaking. Like I'm shaking.
So it's
Y'all,
like they're giving you nothing. They're actually creating more of an expense. So most mediators charge you $2,500, like around $2,000 for a full day of mediation.
literally.
Just to let you
Most of
know.
the time it's more.
Yeah, and then you need an attorney to be there at the mediation with you.
So you're paying both.
Yeah, sure are. Sure are. Girl, these people on this show, they about to be so mad at you, Jessie, because we done told all their team.
Oh, good. They should have let me interview their castmates.
They should have.
Good. Good luck with this crisis. Good luck. You should have let me interview the Black people during Black Women's
Black people.
Yes, Black Women's Month. That's what you get. That's what you get for shutting a Black woman out. So, period. So you shut me out, I'm gonna shut you down. How about that? You want to shut me out, I'm gonna shut you down. How about that? How about that? So they're making you. This is insane.
Yeah,
I'm shaking. I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
and the thing is, y'all are never going to hear that information online because other components of this contract prevent them from being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, we're over here thinking like, oh, this person is sorry. I can't believe they stayed married. Well, we know Tyler can't pay for it. So Miss Ashley probably got to get up and go to work just to hire an attorney through this process. It's going to cost maybe $10,000 to get out of this, unless it's agreed to by both sides. But yeah, it's not going to be cheap.
Thank you so much, Claflin, for your super chat. What else is in the divorce? There's got to be, because I'm seeing you highlight and shit. What else is there, Miss Simone?
Yeah, I think those were the main. There are other provisions where you can't do other shows, you can't do stuff like that. I'm trying to confirm.
The non-compete. That's
that's standard. Yep.
While you somebody said it, which is what I wanted to get to too. Let's talk about annulment, because they're saying divorce.
Please.
Yeah, correct. They're saying divorce, but just for those of us who lack the clear understanding between a divorce and an annulment, can you explain that for us?
Okay, an annulment is so critical, and I'm so glad that you asked. You always want an annulment if you can get it, because that means in the eyes of the court and also in your religion. So I'm a Catholic girl. Are you Catholic too, Jessie, or no?
No, I'm Christian. I'm
okay.
Christian.
I know a lot of Haitians, a lot of Creoles are Catholic.
A lot of Haitians are Catholic. My mom and dad went to Catholic schools.
And so like in the Catholic Church, if you get an annulment, you can remarry because it's as though your marriage never happened. Functionally, it's very important because what it also means is you don't have to give that person nary damn dime. You don't have to pay them anything. So what Ashley is going to be faced with is having married this hobosexual. Is she at any point during the marriage, like, with your job, each paycheck, you can have something come out, go into your 401k, and then your company matches it. He's entitled to half of it. Half of it. And that money can grow, baby. Stock options, half of it. If she already owns a home and it appreciates, and because he's now moved his hobosexual butt up in there, half of it. Half of the, it can be half of the appreciation if she basically commingles the funds between like that house and like other household bills, basically with the bank accounts. He could be entitled to some of the appreciation because he's going to get up in that house. He's going to change a light bulb. And then what most men do when they move up in a woman's house and then it's time for a divorce, they say, well, I helped her improve the home. And then under the law, if they do that, change a light bulb or two or whatever dumb stuff, they can be entitled to a portion of the equity of how the home has grown.
Even if you sell the home, they're entitled to that.
Yeah, whether you sell it or not. Like
Yeah.
under the divorce, they can be entitled to like $1. You have to basically pay them off for how they helped you improve this house you already had, right? But so what I'm saying though is if you have an annulment, you don't have to deal with any of those things.
Right.
You don't have to.
Someone asked if Tyler and Ashley are still married. We didn't really look that up. I'm pretty sure Simone can look that up.
So the answer is they cannot, based on this contract we just read, they cannot even file for divorce until after
next month.
Until after the reunion airs.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes. They've got to be still married.
Yeah.
Because the reunion hasn't aired and they can't file under the contract. It's a complete breach of contract.
Breach of contract. Tamara says, are you saying that they control who you can interview from the show? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I had one cast member. I'm not going to say who this cast member is, but I had one cast member because I've asked several from this particular season. And before I even say this, shout out to Ollie. Ollie from Love is Blind UK. He sat down with me, but UK is not produced by Connecticut, by Kinetic. But anyway, he sat down with me. He wasn't hesitant. His other castmates were, and it was so weird to me. I'm like, yo, like, mind you, I reached out to several other Black ones. Like, y'all didn't really have a story. I'm trying to like share your story of your experience. And they were, okay, cool, bye. Oh, you can talk to my publicist. It's like whatever publicist you got right now that's charging you $5,000 a month right now. Trust me, you won't have them in 2 months because you can't afford this.
Literally.
So sometimes when people tell me certain things, because I've done reality television and because I've been in the space for 7 years, sometimes I'll be looking at people like, okay, fuck you. Like you doing too much. But Ollie sat down with me and that interview was so good. But I reached out to several. They all told me the same thing. I'm not going to say what they all told me, but this last person was the one who told me, oh, you're not a preferred platform.
Preferred.
Not a preferred platform. So that should tell you too, they're controlling how these people speak, when they speak, what they speak on. So when you keep seeing these people go on Nick Val, for instance, and like all of that is controlled. But when I've had cast members on remember when I did the Black Women's Love is Blind reunion, like them girls came on and they spilled so much. When Aaliyah came on, she spilled so much. They don't want these people to actually tell the truth of what their experience is. They don't. And when I look at Love is Blind UK, and even this season, like I didn't put a lot of heat on production. It's not until I got that last DM yesterday, I was like, oh, Simone, you want to go on that? Because it's either you get with me or I'm gonna get on you. Like that's just where I'm at. Because I take this shit I take what I do very serious, and I'm really good at what I do. And for you to go out of your way to not let the Black cast speak to Black platforms, it has a certain tone to that I'm just not comfortable with. And so, yeah, they do control how these people speak.
And do they even have any preferred Black platforms? I would highly doubt it.
Yeah, right. Like y'all don't even let these people sit down with like BT Talks or Essence. Like y'all, like if you look, these people never sit down and talk to Black platforms. Some of the cast members sometimes they'll like, man, fuck it, and they'll like somebody will win an interview, but they're told not to talk to us. Like they are specifically told we are not preferred.
Wow.
Okay? Wow. Lil Black's Kojo said the same thing. He had a few interviews lined up, and then they went dark after checking with the team. Yep.
Oh, and I want to say one last thing about the annulment topic, and this is the crux of it. So the main difference between annulment and divorce is with an annulment, you're never on the hook to owing the other partner any money. But because of the contract provisions we just went over here, you can't get an annulment in most states.
Wait.
Yeah. Can't get it.
Wait.
No. Because the way in which the contract forces you to wait all of this time, you're outside of the window for most annulments. You guys have continued living together or you've waited basically a year since you've been married, effectively, can't get an annulment under those circumstances, even where there's fraud. Because once there's fraud, you're supposed to immediately file. Well, this says you got to notify the producer within 6 months, and you cannot immediately file. You can't file till after the reunion airs. So in most states, no. Although the annulment is the preferred and the least expensive measure, you can't do that. Yeah, so they're screwed in that context. They're screwed.
Oh my fucking goodness. You know, it makes me think of, there was this Married at First Sight, because Kinetic does Married at First Sight. And I interviewed, I can't remember her name. I think it was Mika. This was years ago. This was during the pandemic.
Oh, yes, I loved Mika.
Yes, she was so sweet. And she was the only person from that franchise who had the guts to sit down and talk to me. And she talked to me about what she went through to get her marriage annulled. This guy that she married, I can't remember the guy that she was on the show with. Let me see.
Yeah, I remember who you're talking about.
Oh my God. Let me see if I can
find
her.
He was odd. Yes. He was an odd little, he was a little cuckoo bird.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have it. I have her right here. Let me see. Just her right here.
Yes.
He was, yes. I'll never forget her giving me the opportunity to interview her. This man was such a fraud.
And a liar. Yeah.
Oh my God. He was such a fraud. But she had to fight tooth and nail because he wouldn't give her, I believe she said he wouldn't give her a divorce. He wouldn't give her, so she had to fight. Then he started to fight her and say, no, she was a fraud. Like, it was ridiculous what this girl had to do to get her marriage annulled. But it's what just clicked for me is, so y'all, and mind you, she's the only annulment from Married at First Sight.
Wow.
She's the only annulment. So what that's telling me is, Kinetic, why are y'all going out of your way to stop these people from being able to get their marriages annulled? This is an unorthodox experiment. Mm-hmm. So why not give these people the freedom to, why are you going out of your way to do this? Like, this is actually, is there anything like legally, is there any like legislation that can happen?
I think what I would do if I were one of the contestants is I would send a letter to legal that says, hey, this contract provision is what's called unconscionable, meaning if anyone understood that as applied, it would prevent me from an annulment, they wouldn't sign it, right? And say like, so in this instance, my attorney is here, as an attorney, I would say in this instance, we're seeking approval and permission for our client to receive an annulment, to file as needed to receive an annulment. We'd be willing to file under seal, or we would do it like initials. You know how Tiana Taylor, when she first filed for divorce, she used initials for her and for him. We could do things like that so that it's anonymous, but you better let them get the hell up out of this thing. Because if you had shared what you knew or what you should have known with proper diligence, we wouldn't be in this goddamn mess.
Situation. Which goes back to Chelsea and Pariah and them and Kinetic and them. So now that we have the full picture of Tyler the swindler.
Yeah. Let's put up the compensation because that's the last.
Yes. Hold on. What was the file again?
All right. It is the second to last. Let's see. The second to last document. There we go. All right. So here, consideration. It says, if I'm selected as a participant, so y'all, this is what they're paid because people are like, how much money they get? I know that's what you don't know. How many coins did Tyler get or not get? Right. And it says here, so producer will provide me with a total cumulative amount of up to $8,000 stipend, dependent on the length of my participation in the program. And at producer's sole discretion, payable, sole discretion. Oh, hell, fucking no. If I'm there, if I work, you better run me my coins. It says payable as follows: $1,000 for my participation in week 1, $1,000 for week 2, for week 3 through approximately week 8. For the avoidance of doubt, under no circumstances shall the stipend exceed $8,000. Baby, please. Somebody's gonna. No wonder he's over there slinging dick.
Wait a minute.
longer.
Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
Yes,
hold on,
ma'am.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Because these people's likeness is used indefinitely. I even saw there was an episode. I don't know if you watched the full season, but there was an episode when they were getting ready for the cast party. This was after everybody was in the pods and they were doing like a 20s night, a 1920s night. They all strategically received these Amazon Prime boxes with their costumes. I remember seeing that, and I kept forgetting to bring it up in my review, but they strategically put Amazon Prime boxes in these people's hands. So what that tells me is you are promoting Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And these people don't get a check for that. Like whatever brand, when you're watching these dating shows, whatever brands you see, like, and I'm going to keep it, I never talk about what I make. I never, ever talk about what I make. But I am a nobody. And when I have a brand, if I post a brand, I'm at least getting $15,000 for that. That's the starting point. These people are on a show that surpasses 1 billion minutes of watch time. And they're just walking away with $8,000. Mind you, this gets taxed.
And not even $8,000 for 2 months of work.
2 months.
That's 2 months.
Work.
That has to be, you only get $8,000 if you go all the way through into the wedding. If you break up, so we've seen episodes where they go on the vacation and decide, okay, no, it ends here. That's what, week 3, you get $3,000. That's not even enough to pay for makeup. You know, I'm assuming on this show they have hair and makeup that assist them, but I'm talking about the clothes, the wardrobe, all of those things. It's $1,000 per week if you're still on the show. So it's only the people that get married that get $8,000. If you don't get married, you're getting something less than that because you haven't been there for 8 weeks.
Tamara just broke it down to 24 hours a day, 160 24 hours a day for 1 week, 168 hours. 1,000 means you're getting paid 5.95 cents per hour. That is below. Thank you so much, Tamara. That is below the legal amount of minimum wage. Mm-hmm. But here's how they get you. And I just had this come out to me too. They're probably hiring these people as contractors. This is contractors.
Yes, ma'am.
That makes sense, right?
Yes.
Right. So as a contractor, you were contracted to do this work. So that's how they get away with that. But here's another thing I'm thinking of, and maybe you can confirm this because I'm not a lawyer, but they're hiring you contractually, but they're paying you out as an individual.
Correct. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
Whew. That's crazy. And I don't even think these people walk away with like a SAG card.
No. Yeah, no. SAG at this point. Yeah. Are you in SAG, Jessie? I'm in SAG.
I'm in SAG.
Yeah. And they don't have anything for and because even if they've done this one show, it probably is not going to be enough.
No, it's not
qualify. Yeah. Girl, I love them SAG healthcare benefits, baby.
Baby, my benefits just started over this month. I'm gonna go get my titties checked.
In this
okay, I'm gonna go make sure my pussy still work, baby. I'm trying to have a baby next year.
Wet that whistle. I call it getting my whistle checked. Gotta go get my whistle checked, y'all.
Oh my God. Is there anything else in compensation that stood out to you?
There was something that says like if they do like a spinoff kind of thing. So some people were asking like, what about after the altar or something? If they do that, they can get another $1,000. But again, it's the key word is this says it is solely at producer's sole discretion.
Can you explain that again? I think that I need people to understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So it means, let's say we're now back at the phase, right, where they're no longer in the pods, they're living their lives, and they have a really rough work week where they can't film in the way that they like. Because, like, let's say they're an attorney and they're preparing for a hearing or a trial, and you can't have the cameras in there. That's confidential. The producer can decide, we're not paying you for this week, even though you had cameras all up in your house. You had argument with your boo because they didn't pre-check this man properly. A producer can decide you have not done enough, where we don't have enough good footage of you for this week, so we don't want to pay you for this week. It is literally at their sole discretion. They can decide, we don't like you, we don't like your attitude. They can decide, you didn't give us enough access, you didn't, in your confessional, you weren't really giving us the full story. Whatever they want, they literally have the sole discretion to decide whether you gonna get this little stinking dank $1,000 or not. Man, fuck you. Like, forget that.
Oh shit, make it make sense. I love Make It Make Sense. Not a whistle.
Yes, I do too. That's my little buddy.
I love his content. He be over there killing it.
Somebody said, you didn't cry hard enough. No money. Literally, they can decide arbitrarily whatever they want. And it's ridiculous.
So I think this is a good time to basically let's kind of we see the full scope of who Tyler the scammer is. We see the full scope of what this contract is. Can we get some understanding of what Ashley's options are moving forward? Because we don't know where Ashley stands today.
Yeah.
So she might surprise us and file for divorce next month. Like, what are her options?
Yeah. So Ashley's options are, well, first, if I were her, I would literally hire a private investigator to do a thorough search, or start by watching this video. Yeah, hire a private investigator.
Ashley, I know you be watching. Go ahead and reach out to Simone.
Girl, I will give you unredacted versions of everything that I pulled. Everything. And if you want to privately, and that would be between us, I'm an attorney. I will withhold your, confidentiality. No one will even know if you've done that. I will happily do that. Yeah.
And just so people understand too, when she says unredacted, we showed y'all the safe versions of everything. Just know that we played it safe.
Yes.
There's more.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So
now the second thing Ashley can do, if she's like, I love this, my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him. Ashley, baby girl, get you a post-nup. Everybody always talks about a prenup. You can get a post-nup. What that post-nup is going to say is that your debts are your debts. My assets are mine. You don't have any assets, but if you had some, they'd be yours. It also says that we're not going to commingle funds. You want to get that in writing so that if later down the line, there's a situation where someone is like, trying to access Ashley's assets to satisfy one of his debts, she can be like, hey, nope, we agreed we're not commingling and we don't commingle. Keep a separate account at all times. Get a post-nup. But don't be afraid to walk away. You, at this point, do not worry about what other people think.
No.
You can't do that, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones that are going to be there picking up the pieces. Your friends and your family are. Listen to them. Those are objective third parties in that they love you. They want the best for you. And they are able to step back and see what's going on without the rose-colored lenses of love. And a lot of women in situations like this, they trauma bond with the guy and they feel like, we need to show everyone that we're going to make it. So I'm going to stick through this. Girl, don't do that. Do not do that. Because it doesn't get any better. So basically the main thing is, Ashley, you need to confirm what is the truth. And is this the life that you want? Because if you start a family with this man, y'all going to have 4 kids to raise. 4. Financially or otherwise. How he treats his other kids is how he will one day treat yours.
Not only that, but let me add to that by saying Tyler gives me, he would put you on child support.
Woo!
The same man who could go to court and Tyler love the kids and fight for his 3 children only to say, fuck them kids, have no place to stay, have all these civil court cases where he owes people money, that man would put you on child support.
Yep.
Immediately. Please believe that. Please believe that. Can I ask you something?
Go for it.
Per the contract too, does it give space and time for contestants to give a prenup? And is the prenup something that the show is involved in?
No, so the show wouldn't be involved. There's nothing that prevents them from doing that. So they absolutely could. They absolutely could. But yeah, I didn't see anything that spoke to that in it. I could have missed it, but I can see the show the show wants to limit their liability as much as possible. Therefore, they help as little as possible. So they're not going to involve themselves in a process that's going to expose how much money somebody doesn't have. Because let's think about this, guys. Now that we know these people get paid $1,000 a week, maybe.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, the kind of man I want can't afford to go on that show.
No.
It's a certain kind of man who can afford a younger guy. So I completely understand why you got some 20-year-olds, some early 30-year-olds. I know the 40-year-olds I know, they can't get by no $1,000 a week.
No. And they can't go 2 months without really working. Like,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. So yeah, so I say that to say it probably isn't an issue for most of them, unless it's like you've had like the one girl was like a trust fund baby from the Dallas episode, things like that. But there's nothing to prevent it from either a prenup or a post-nup. And at the end of the day, listen, y'all ain't been married that long. If someone's not willing to sign a post-nup that basically says anything I was working on, anything I worked towards or improved, that I had before marriage is mine and this is yours.
Yeah.
Then you got to be concerned about their motives. And if you don't want to look anywhere else, look at Rachel Lindsay and that little chiropractic doctor man she's going through a divorce. This man is asking her to give him $20,000 a month in spousal support. If you don't get your little jackleg doctor ass up and go to work like the rest of us, let me tell you something.
That man took her to the cleaners.
She bought them a 2.1.
Yeah, she's the first Black bachelorette.
Yes, Rachel Lindsay first. We're both from Dallas, so actually we used to go to dance class together as little girls. So I knew of her. Both from Oak Cliff specifically. That's my hood. But when you look at that, that's literally what could happen, because ultimately, when they first got together, they were more equally yoked. He's a doctor, she's an attorney. But then what happened is people love her. Her career skyrocketed. He's still working on this jackleg fitness influencer, career and brand for himself, and nobody cares about him. And I believe a component of it was likely jealousy. Like, how did you able to we had the same experience. Now you're able to flip it into millions. And according to his court documents, he's living off like $1,600 or $1,800 a month. That's all he's getting from his rental properties, and had to sell his practice. Did nobody have to sell no practice? Okay. You can crack some people's knuckles in any given city or town. Okay. You can go to California and crack knuckles. He's a chiropractor. That's what I'm saying. Cracking knuckles. You better get over there and crack some knuckles, as opposed to living on this woman for $20,000 a month. And so ultimately, I think she tried to compromise and offer him 10, and he said that's not enough, that he has gotten accustomed to this lifestyle with her. These are not the problems that you want, but a post-nup can prevent them.
Keep in mind too, they ain't got no kids together.
None. No. And she put down like $244,000 on their home. They bought a $2.1 million, which was clearly purchased with her money and her income, because according to him, he only makes $1,600 a month. Right. So, but he wants a portion of the equity in that house. These are all things that you've got to deal with when you don't have a prenup or postnup.
In conclusion,
yes, I had so much fun here, girl.
I had a good time, but I'm actually shocked, because damn, this is actually worse than I thought. And I'm so glad that I invited you to do this with me. I want to thank you so much. Like, I know you're busy. It's an honor to even have you consider to do this with me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I respect your work. Again, like, if you don't follow Simone, please, like, the tides are changing, y'all. Like, we really need to be alert of all of our legal rights, like, which makes the name so brilliant. When she said, "Girl, is that legal?" Like, please follow her And if you need a consultation, please.
Thank you.
But
Website is here.
Yeah, but also too, I'm shocked. Like I knew it was bad, but not this bad. Not this
right.
bad. And I think, like, in conclusion, I want to ask you, so who do you think is the villain here? Is the villain Tyler, or is the villain the Love is Blind people?
So the reason I'm going to say Tyler is I could have given that man the benefit of the doubt, but when he added the little fun fact that his kids don't even know what he looks like, now you just bold-faced line playing in our face.
Yeah.
Playing in our face. And so that's why I feel like it was Tyler. Tyler preyed on her. He saw an opportunity. Tyler was leaving there with something.
Oh,
he was going to leave there with somebody.
He from around the way. He leaving here with something.
Yeah. And I just think that he preyed on her, and I think that he is absolutely the villain.
I will say Love is Blind is the villain. As much as I am entertained by the show, it's very clear that the terms and conditions of the show are so hurtful to contestants, like in a way that can hurt them in the long run. Like, not even just while they're on the, like, these are long run issues that some of them will have to deal with for years to come. And we've seen that with people from previous seasons who are still legally battling the show. But also, I think that all of this information were a couple clicks away. And when you don't do your due diligence, something as simple as this man changing his profession. When I think about the fact that if I were on the team and I saw that, because immediately as I was watching it, I said that in real time as I was doing my reviews, I would have gone and researched that. And at the very, very least, the world would have never seen Tyler and Ashley. I don't give a fuck how much time frame they were on the show. We've had several seasons prior to, we've had previous contestants be in very harmful situations, and the show decided not to air it. But y'all chose to air this man swindling a Black woman for views. For views. At the very least, I would have never exposed the world to this scheme that Todd set up to come to Ashley with the bullshit.
Girl.
I would never heard it.
And you know what? You make a really good point in that we see all the time on these shows, right? Where the production knows someone's lying, and then they set up a situation for the lie to be revealed to their partner. Here, the fact that there was a contested custody lawsuit involving him and the woman, they could have pulled that and probably did, were aware of that. They could have used that to create a scenario where he would have had to talk to Ashley, or Ashley would have been like, found out, but so you fought for custody, but these are sperm baby. Like, at least provide them with that critical information. I mean, if the whole thing here is to, create plots and, drama, why don't you do drama where once resolved will give them the ability to consent to what they're really dealing with versus withholding the facts. So when I think about now how there was, at a minimum, they could have, I could see like, okay, we're not going to tell her you've had evictions or whatever, but you could have pulled that docket, seen this man fought for custody of these sperm babies, and really put that issue out there and made him address it.
Of course. Like, I think this just was all done for views. It's so enjoyable. Like, Black women paying to Love is Blind is a gold mine. It is a gold mine. I remember recently I watched the McMahon documentary on Netflix, and he's a horrible person, but he said something. He understood this almost 50 years ago. He said, having the public angry with you still equates views. You have them committed to having an emotion to you. And he was talking about all the nasty things that he would do with the WWE. He turned himself into a villain, and he said him as a villain evoked so much emotion that the public would return. They would say all these nasty things, but they would come back. And it's the same thing with Love is Blind. You have Black women outrage. Black women outrage is marketable. It is profitable. It's marketable. It's profitable. And so they see that and they are honing into that. They're honing into that. And anyway, I want to thank you again. I'm shocked.
This was a lot.
This was a lot. This was a lot to uncover, but I don't care if Ashley blocks me. I don't care if I never get an interview. I would rather have used my platform to educate you on who you really married. This is a real life. Who the fuck did I marry? Ashley, you married a legion. You married a legion. Run. Immediately. Immediately. I say that with love. And this is not just for Ashley from Love is Blind. This is for every Ashley out there. Being married is not the prize. It's really not the prize that you think it is, especially if you're married to a legion. Be very careful who you marry. That can be your complete downfall. And Ashley, you married a downfall. Yeah. But there's still time to save yourself. Save yourself, girl. Immediately. Immediately. Tyler, I will say this again because I know you're watching too. If there's any information, as a matter of fact, I'll let Simone do me the honors.
Yes. Tyler, if there's any information that is incorrect or that we've misstated, please reach out to the channel, reach out to Jessie, and we will happily retract or correct whatever that conversation or whatever that statement was. So hurry up and do that, but you need to hurry up and do that like ASAP.
Immediately.
Yeah. Don't come over here 6 months from now complaining. That's not how this works.
No. Do it before the reunion airs. Okay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because this is the real reunion. All right, Simone. Well, thank you so.
Thank you.
I'm so thankful that you decided to do this. Remind everyone where to follow you and how to support you. Yeah.
Awesome. I want to say Carrie Black, thank you for the super chat as well. You can find me right here at SimoneRedwine.com. This is also where you can get my ebook, which is only $19.99. It's called Background Checks 101, Beginner's Guide to Finding Out Who the Heck You're Really Dealing With. You can also schedule a consult with me on legal strategy for whatever your legal matter is in any state. Those start at $149. And before I leave, your guests, your subscribers have been super kind to me. I really appreciate you guys. So I want to gift 5 background checks to the viewers of your choice. So Jessie, you're responsible for figuring that out. And then give them I'm going to give you my email address that you can share with them. Yes. And I'm going to give you guys 5 of those. The holidays are coming. We need to make sure we're not going to be laid up with these men about to scam you. Okay.
Period. Also, make sure that you like the live. And what I'm going to do too is for my members, because I do owe y'all for members only content, but Love is Blind just took over. But for my members, I will be dropping a video today offering 5 of you, and I will tell you which 5 will get the background checks from Simone. So with that being said, Simone, thank you again.
Thank you. I loved it.
Thank you again. I can't thank you enough. And to all of you guys, thank you so much. Make sure that you like this live, share it with a friend. This is not just for Love is Blind viewers. Like there's a lot of helpful information in this. If you are about to get married, if you are a Black women's, during Black Women's, we about to vote for Kamala Harris Black Women's Month. Watch this live, share it with with your friends, with your family members. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie,